Hello, folks. Welcome to episode 34 of GingerLion's Modded Agrarian Skies Let's Play. Last episode, if you recall, we made ourselves the Silverwood Wand focus of... which one is it? There we go. No. H. Of warding, which we can use to ward blocks, like so. And today, the first thing that I would like to do is set up a little place so that I can ward it up and fight the wither. So, what I'm going to do is this. Now, I've built similar things to this in the past, and I learned a couple of tricks about the wither by watching a couple of other people. So we'll see if the things that I've learned bear out. Now, the first thing that you need to remember is that when the wither spawns, he creates a pretty large blast around him. And it's best if there not be a whole bunch of unwarded blocks nearby, because, well, unwarded blocks are going to get blown up. I forgot a step here. Just a moment. I need some torches. I do like this air sigil. It is a very nice thing. Let's see, for the moment, I'm going to put it in place of glass in my inventory. Ooh, there we go. Now remember, if you're still holding the air sigil, like, active when you touch down, it doesn't matter how far you've fallen, it won't be an issue. So, the first thing that we need to do is decide, I think this is out far enough now, so I'm going to start warding here. This is going to sort of be the first entryway into where I'm going to work with him. So let's see, how big a room do I want? I do have edgestone bricks in my inventory. Yeah. Is there something wrong? It'll build there, but it won't build there. Oh, they're warded. It doesn't recognize them as being a valid surface it can build off of right now. Okay, that's fine. Let's see, 6 seems like a good number. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, what I intend to do is set up a room that's going to be 5 by 5 by 5 tall to fight the wither in. But to do so, I have to make sure of two things. First, that all of the blocks that are immediately surrounding that room are well warded, and two, that the floor is well lit, which is a problem, because glowstone illuminators are not a block you can ward. Neither are torches. I'm wrong. Torches can be warded. That solves my entire problem. Okay, well, just learned a new trick. My original intention was to use glowstone illuminators behind some hardened glass, but since it turns out that I can ward the torches, that solves that entire problem. No need to even think about this. Nice. So let's see. Let's start with torches to banish the darkness. And then you want to ward every single block. A lot of people will build the entire room and then walk around the inside and ward the blocks. There's a problem with that. If you build a wall on top of this, that set of blocks don't get warded. And so when the wither spawns, they blow up. Which, I mean, it's fine. Your room stays intact. But things around it could possibly get hit in the blast. And I don't particularly want that. Wow. That's interesting. It looks like the light isn't necessarily spreading correctly from those torches. Yeah, they ward just fine, but they don't produce light after they're warded. That's an interesting problem. I guess I'm going to go back to my original choice. Unward these. Break those. So let's see how well this works. And I'm going to need my flight potion for this. And I should have brought a pickaxe. That's okay. Now I have flight. Let's just put down enough torches to make sure nothing spawns here while I'm gone. Now, where is my pick? Not there. Not in here. I wonder where I put it. Nope, there are no chests in here. Must be back in my room. Just a moment. Don't fly through the laser beams, by the way. If you find yourself flying around on this map, on these maps, as it were, I'm going to spend just a moment and see if I can find where I put my tools, and I'll be right back, folks. Okay, I found it. It was in a chest right where I had first started looking, right next to my blood altar. So, what I need to do is, I think this location is good, and let's say that location is good. And I'll put glass in these, hardened glass. And then I can ward the hardened glass. Now, I need my glowstone illuminators and my crescent hammer. We'll head down below and place an illuminator in each of these locations. And if I'm correct, all you got to do is whack them once with the wrench, and they're default to turned on. And there's one location that's not warded in the corner, but I'm about to build a wall there, so that's kind of irrelevant. So there we go. There's a methodology that I think will work for producing light, yet at the same time having this area up here not have anything destructible on it. So let's go about building the rest of our room. And the warded the wand, again, doesn't believe that these are normal blocks. Okay, that's going to be the actual room that I'm going to fight him in. Nice, perfect. Once again, our builder's wand. Now, before I move on, let's go ahead and make sure that we ward these corner blocks. Because again, if I build before I've done that, then I won't necessarily be able to ward them later. I would fly outside and do it, but this is easier. Now, it's entirely possible that in the process of building this larger room, that there will be some need to go and recharge the wand. That's not really an issue, not with my current wand recharge system. If you're recharging down below, it might be a little bit more of a hassle, so you might want to consider, reducing the size of the room or something like that. But for the moment, this is just fine for me. So far we've created a 5x5 center area with light in the middle. That works great. We're warding all the corners. Good. That's 3 tall, 2 more, and then a ceiling. And might as well put the ceiling on now. At least this part of it. So that I can build these corners up and ward. Now, theoretically, this will leave absolutely no blocks within the range of the Wither's explosion that can be breakable. Obviously, we will have to test that theory as we move forward, but the only blocks at the moment that I think are potentially destructible are down below, the illuminators themselves. Those could very possibly be destructible. So, now, let's go ahead and ward the walls. It is kind of important to make sure that you get every single one, because if you miss one, it is possible for some of the Wither's shots to go out, and if you miss a wall, or a relatively large area, it's possible the Wither could escape. And considering that we're battling a Wither this close to our base, that's not exactly something we want to happen. That one's doing just fine so far. There is another option, by the way, if the glowstone illuminators don't work. What I'll do is I'll come in here and place half slabs all over the floor surfaces and all over the roof up above. And that way, nothing will be able to spawn despite it potentially being extremely dark. That's an acceptable choice as far as I'm concerned. I don't really need to see all that much to be able to defeat the Wither. Not in a room like this. So, now, a ceiling. By the way, having a potion that gives you 18 minutes of flight allows construction like this to be very easy. It allows you to get at everything and not particularly have to worry about, you know, oh, I need to build an access to the roof. No, I don't particularly need to build an access to the roof. I feel like I'm in pretty good shape at the moment. Let's go ahead and put down an illuminator right in the center of that space. Get some light going. Nice. Now, I don't need this entryway to be any taller than me, and leaving it any taller than me does increase the chance that stray shots of, or the Wither itself, could get out. However, that looks really good. That is warded, correct? Yes, it is. Now, I have seen several suggestions for how to handle this particular area out here, and the best that I've seen, the best idea as far as I'm concerned, is to build yourself a little bit of a, shall we call it a maze out here? That way, when any shots that the Wither fires might pass out here, pass out into this neighborhood. And it would be best if they did not get very far. As in, you know, all you had to do was walk a couple more blocks to be completely safe. So, what I'm going to do is build this here and that there. This way, all I have to do is basically walk around a corner, and I will be completely out of range of any of his Wither shots. And let's put one more illuminator up here. Light it up. And so now, we have ourselves a relatively easy access to a relatively small room that the Wither shouldn't be able to get out of, and which all of the blocks are warded. let me just fly around it one more time, looking at everything and making sure that everything that can possibly be warded is. I didn't miss any squares. I didn't do anything that way. So I'm also going to just hit a couple more pieces of the pathway just to make sure none of that gets damaged. There. So I feel like that gives us everything we might reasonably need to fight this battle. So let's go ahead and get ready. I'm going to shift into my battle armor. I'm going to get rid of all of the construction stuff that I didn't particularly need wandering into battle. I really don't need this wand. Let's go put it on the recharge pedestal right now. By the way, I'm not sure if you noticed, but there's a flicker in the sky occasionally when you're looking at one of the Thaumcraft aura nodes. So let's see. And I want milk. Mine Factory Reloaded milk is exactly what I want. And let's grab 2 stacks of bottles, because I don't intend to just fight the Wither once. I intend to fight him a bunch of times. Now, let's just check and see if there's anything that we need over here. Nope, I don't expect to need any of that. So, here we go. Let's grab skulls. A stack of them. And, did I keep, or did I put it away? I bet I put my soul sand back in the system, even after telling myself repeatedly not to do so. So, let's see what the recipe is again. Pretty sure it was very simple. There we are. I need stacks, not individuals. There we go. That should be enough for a little while. So, let's go see how this battle goes, now that we've got a nice tight little room to fight in. Let's place him... Let's test out right from the get-go whether or not this illuminator is going to be potentially destroyed by his explosion. Let's just step out here and see what happens. Watch the illuminator down below. It seems to be fine. No broken blocks. And the Wither is stuck close enough for me to swing a sword at him and not even have to jump. This is about as unsporting as a fight with the Wither can reasonably be. Drink myself a bottle of milk. And I got myself a yellow heart, a nether star, and 2 inactive division sigils. 2 more, just like I got last time. This time I'm not going to put him on the light, now that I'm pretty sure all will be well. I'm going to eat a pizza before I step into battle again. And, oop. 1, 2. Just not aiming right, apparently. Let's get this one off the wall. And 3. Let's step out here. The illuminator up top is still good. All of the illuminators are in place. So, here you go. This is a nice, tight, safe way to battle the Wither. Again, I'm using my blood armor pretty aggressively, but that's fine. Now, why am I fighting the Wither so many times and working to get so many more nether stars? Well, first of all, nether stars are an awesome thing to have. There's absolutely no reason for me not to have all the nether stars that I want. Second, nether stars are used in beacons, which I'm going to use those beacons in the corners of my altar to make it a tier 5 altar. Then Beyond that, the blood magic mod requires you to fight demons to get your highest order blood shards. They're demon blood shards as opposed to weak blood shards. However, the Nether Star is a perfectly acceptable alternative in almost every case for those demon blood shards, which means that with a battle that obviously I feel is relatively safe, I can go ahead and get myself those resources without having to, deal with any other mobs that I don't understand yet or I've never particularly played with. It doesn't mean I can't play with them, of course. It just means it's really nice to just be able to grind it out relatively quickly, killing a guy that, well, by game standards is awfully tough, but for me isn't quite so hard right now. I'm actually more nervous about the Ender Dragon at the moment than I am about our friend the Wither. I find it very amusing that I'm basically taking 1 heart worth of damage, all from withering, in the process of completing this fight. After this fight, I'm going to check on my blood magic now, in terms of LP, just to see if I'm, running low. I'd hate for that to happen. So many division sigils. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. Maybe I'm just going to put them up on the wall somewhere. A little bit of food. And I've got 4, which is what I was originally coming in here for. So maybe I can just be done. But let's see, divination sigil, how much blood I used. Not enough to actually show a dent. Nice. Nice. So, now, let's go ahead and make ourselves some beacon bases. Simple. 4 of those, please. Let's toss these in here. And while I've got these yellow hearts, I need 5 more, so I might as well just make the yellow heart caster. I did not really want to throw those on the ground. So there we are. There's 4 more hearts, and because I already put them in place, all I got to do is remove these and place the beacons on them, and then fill this area with runes. So, let me see what runes I already have. Though I'm probably going to want to actually go ahead and make runes of sacrifice to install. Been a little while since I did those, so let's see, what do I have in here? I've got 2 runes of sacrifice, that helps. Speed, I don't really care about speed. Augmented capacity might be nice. Not going to be self-sacrificing anymore, unless I absolutely have to. So, let's go ahead and see what the recipe is for the Rune of Sacrifice. It's been a while. Actually, let me look at the runes. Rune of Dislocation will allow me to pump things in and out, and I'm not sure what the Rune of the Orb does, but I know it's an awfully high level. So let me go find out what it does and see if it's something that I want. Okay, so no. It adds 2% capacity to the altar's blood storage, which is, I don't know, it's great, but it's not really what I want right now. So, this is, the Flexed Electrum and Reinforced Slates. What do I have for Reinforced Slates right now? I've got lots. So, let me just take a little bit of time. Let's see what I've got in terms of Flexed Electrum also. 700 fluxed electrum. I should have enough to do everything that I need right now. I'm just going to go ahead and count up how many runes I actually need, and I'll be right back once I'm ready to put them in place. So you ever want to feel like you're really tough in Minecraft? Just a little bit ago, I spawned 2. So now I'm going to take it probably insane step further, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get out of here. And 2, 3, 4 withers trapped in the same room. In the end, all they can really do at this point is wither me, which I'm already withered no matter what, so mostly it's just a matter of swinging my sword until they drop. Maybe eating some food at some point in here. Here, let me eat a piece. You ever stop in the middle of fighting the wither and you just have a bite? You know, just need a snack sometimes, right? You never stop in the middle of fighting 4 withers at the same time? You think to yourself, wow, this is a lot of withers. Well, there. Let me drink a bottle of milk and see where I'm at. Looks like they used up almost 4 of my hearts. That was pretty significant. So yeah, I'm doing this because I decided I wanted a couple more of these heart canisters, and because I needed to put 30 more stone in here and turn them into those slates. So, as you see, I managed to fill my time in an amusing way. And let's go ahead and turn these 6 into heart canisters. Let's see, yellow heart. I need 1 more of these. And that will complete that collection. That's 10. And I'm going to turn all of the rest of these into green hearts. And then, no, I'm going to have to make the necessaries. 10 more should be fine. And stack of Eyes of Ender. Wow. And there's 5 more of those. Three more, and I'm just down to needing red heart canisters, which seems a little anticlimactic. Let me just do 3 more. It's clearly not, you know, all that big a deal. Not when you have a setup like this. Ever find yourself fighting the Wither and realize you're only doing it? You don't even care about the nether stars at this point. You're just doing it for heart canisters? It seems weird. It seems weird. Oop. Not that. And so I know I only need 3, but what the heck, right? It was kind of fun to fight 4 of them. And kind of time efficient, actually. In a weird sort of way. And out I go. Come on, Mr. Explodey Head. Get your exploding done. There we go. And a little sword swinging. They're really noisy. I apologize if you guys are having a hard time hearing me over them. I don't really have the opportunity right now to turn the volume down, and I honestly didn't think much about it until right now. So, like I said, I apologize. This is probably the last time. Can't guarantee it's the last time, because it is fun to just stand here and withers down. But, yeah. That's 2. That's 3. And there's 4 down. And... oh, hey, look! I actually died. Wow, what a strange experience. So it looks like I let the wither take me out with withering. Let's make one of those. I'd like that pizza. Do I have any other simple food thing? Looks like my system's running a little slow. Well, I guess the easiest way to get my stuff back, my food back, is to go back out here and pick up my pizzas. Along with all my other things. So, I got a little cocky and I went a little overboard. And I killed 2 sets of 4 withers in a row and didn't take the time to actually, heal up like I should have. That's about par for the course now, isn't it? Hey, look, all of my stuff. I can put my armor back on. There's my boots. I can grab these pizzas, have myself a snack, and now I'm going to check my blood network. That did take a bit of a chunk out of my blood network, I have to admit. Maybe it was just the fact that I'm making all these slates and not recharging it while it's running. So, I was going to toss this in here. Hey, look, I have another of my own heads. Let's go ahead and place it on the mantle as a reminder not to get too cocky. There. There's my next reminder not to get too cocky. Apparently killing 4 withers at once twice in a row was too much. I was tempting fate there or something. Still, it's nice to see 10 nether stars in my inventory and know that they were relatively easy to get. I'm done with that for the moment, and that, and that. I can make more when I need it. And I'd like to turn these into green hearts. And these into green hearts. And I made one too many, didn't I? Yes, I did. Well, that's fine. Now, I noticed that my hearts have not refilled. I assume I'm listed as injured, yes. I assume that it's going to take a relog or something similar for them to actually start restoring. But let's go ahead and just try removing them and re-adding them and drinking this regeneration potion, seeing how well that works. Nope, not refilling. So, I will be right back after I relog. Actually, yeah, be back. Okay, folks, so I managed to get that. I logged back in. It didn't help. So, I'm in the process of making myself some more of these runes of sacrifice. No, wrong orb. Maybe I put the last orb in here. Yep, I did. So, I have exactly enough. Nice. That pleases me. So now, everywhere that I've put one of these green items, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out with a pickaxe, and I'm going to replace them all with runes of sacrifice and runes of augmented capacity. And as you see right now, this altar is a tier 4 altar with a capacity of 10,000 life points. So, I'll be right back in a minute once I finish installing these. Okay, so I've completed that installation, And with the Runes of Augmented Capacity in place that I was given a quest reward, I'm now up to 16,000, and it is a Tier 5 altar. Now, since I have these beacon bases installed, let's see. Speed, haste. No, I don't think I really want any of those, so that's fine. Now, I'm going to check something, because when you look in the recipe book, to make the Archmage's Blood Orb, it requires a Demon Blood Shard. But I've been told that in a lot of cases, we can replace Demon Blood Shards with Nether Stars. So let's find out. Nope, it looks like I'm going to have to kill at least one actual demon. Okay, that's life. Let me... Now, I'm pretty sure if I grab my ritual stones, I'm going to get rid of these since I don't need them for the moment. Master Ritual Stone, the Ritual Diviner, that I want to switch this to it would be the Ritual of Binding. But I don't actually need to bind this. So, let me figure out what the recipe is, what I need to put down to summon a demon, and I'll be right back. Well, folks, after doing a little bit of reading up, it looks like it's going to be a slightly more involved process than I thought to get myself a Demon Blood Shard. So, I'm going to wrap this episode up here, and I will come back next time and show you the process of setting up the containment ritual, of killing the first couple demons to get them, tamed to your side, and then show you the process of actually summoning an elemental and destroying it once we have a couple of supporters on our side. So, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed the episode.